Now, Storm Watch 12 weather with meteorologist Josh Culbreth.
If you sometimes just sort of go on autopilot and halfway listen to the weather, today is not the day to do that. We have a multifaceted event today. We'll start with some of the fire concerns. We have this red flag warning in place for western Siskiyou County, for Josephine, Jackson, Klamath, and western Lake counties. We'll have winds gusting out of the northwest on the west side and out of the southwest on the east side. Both locations could see gusts up to 30 miles per hour. The air mass is very dry to begin with. The vegetation is critically dry, so that means that fires could start and spread very rapidly. And I must say, this setup is looking very similar to the setup we had on Friday when both the mill and the mountain fire started up in Siskiyou County. Not just dealing with some of the fire concerns today, also we're concerned about the heat. We have heat advisories in place for all counties of southern Oregon, and then we have this excessive heat warning in place for western Siskiyou County, as some of those highs could get anywhere between 102 to 114 degrees. So bottom line, it's going to be very hot today, so try to avoid being outside for an extended period of time for a myriad of reasons, the heat and also some of the air quality as well. Temperatures this midday already warming up. It's pretty balmy, 95 degrees in Mount Shasta City, 70s and 80s elsewhere, including there along the coast, already up to 73 degrees in Brookings. All right, air quality is not looking the worst it's been this summer, but still we're tracking some patchy areas of unhealthy air in southwestern Siskiyou County, and it's not showing up on this map, but we know that some plots in Grants Pass are reading unhealthy, so just keep that in mind. Also, there is this little kind of splotch of moderate air quality there in Lakeview because of some of the smoke from the mill and mountain fires. So just try to limit your time outdoors, like I've already said, not only because of the air quality, but also because of the heat we'll inevitably see a little bit later in the day. But let's go back to talking about the smoke. Let me show you what happens later in the day with the smoke. And winds are really going to crank up out of the west. And so, yes, that's going to increase fire danger, but also that'll kind of disperse our smoke a little bit. So maybe air quality could get better. Again, a lot of that hinges on some of the containment efforts of these fires and also if we have new fires starting up. But then finally, the upper level system moves into other areas other than the Newswatch 12 viewing area. So all that to say, we'll have winds that will really come out of the northwest as we head into Thursday, and that can make air quality a lot worse in some of these areas downwind of some of these fires. So for today, very hot, very hazy. Tracking some of the breezes we'll see during the afternoon and evening. Then overnight, very mild 50s and 60s for the east side, near 70 degrees for west side valleys, and we'll be in the 50s there along the coast. And you see some of these cloud icons, and these are some clouds that are ahead of a storm system that could bring us some showers and maybe even some dry thunderstorms into Wednesday. So we'll pick up the action on Wednesday morning, maybe a couple of those showers, but it really looks like the afternoon everything will start to flare up. The air mass is going to be so dry that I don't know how much of this could actually make it down to the surface. So we're mainly concerned about dry lightning over critically dry fuels. So we have yet another fire weather watch in place for Siskiyou County in the east side. This runs from 2 p.m. to 11 p.m. Things are going to slightly cool off into Thursday in the wake of the cold front, but then warming back up into the triple digits for Friday. And things are going to stay pretty dry into the weekend, but it does look like our pattern will moisten up a little bit, if you will, into the beginning of next week. So here's your 7-day forecast for the coast. Temperatures in the 70s up until the weekend when the marine layer comes back and we'll see some cooler temperatures and some more clouds. Siskiyou County will see very hot weather for the next 6 to 7 days, finally cooling off and feeling a little bit more seasonal into the beginning of next week. Also tracking that chance for some showers and for some thunderstorms. We desperately need any sort of rain making it down to the ground. So maybe we could see that on Monday, and that would be very beneficial for the east side, just given the drought conditions we have there. For the Cascades and Siskiyous also will just be very, very warm and dry for the next few days. And then finally, we'll start to cool off a little bit into the weekend, or into the end of the week and at the beginning of next week, I should say. And then for the Rogue Valley, triple digits for the next couple of days, briefly cooling off for Thursday, and then back into the triple digits for Friday and Saturday.
Okay, and is this like the maybe last peak that we're going to see where we get up to these temperatures this year?
I think so. I like to think of this, if you ever played Super Mario Brothers growing up, you have Bowser Sr. at the end, and that's like the final boss. So maybe this is the final boss for this summer. Okay,
well, hopefully it is. Hopefully we can make it through the next week without any new fires starting, worsening fire conditions, all the above.
I don't know if this is Formica or real wood, but
Yeah.
knock on it.
We'll take what we can get at
Yeah.
this point. Thank you, Josh.
Of course.